Higher, further, faster, baby. Yes, babe.
Higher. Further. Faster.
So, Captain Marvel. There are a lot of things that I really liked about the movie, and then there's a lot of things that I did not like about the movie. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the movie is Carol Danvers herself. I thought that Brie Larson did a very good job at being her character and kind of taking on that persona of feeling vulnerable, but at the same time using that energy for something good.
She's very snarky, very
snarky.
headstrong. Very welcome in the world of the heroes because they're all pretty much the same way. Her connection with Nick Fury too, or at least her partnership with Nick Fury, definitely does bring that out. It brings out that persona and the two of them together. I love seeing the two of them together. It's kind of what ends up happening later with him and Kobe Smulders. Like, they're partners. They're a team.
Yeah, and I really like the other additional side characters too. I mean, having Coulson back was fantastic, even though we didn't get as much as we would like, but
the parts that we did get him in were very impactful though. But yes, didn't get him very much, but you're right, the parts were very impactful that he was in. So good job. I was just happy to see him back. It did bring smile and happiness to my face when he showed up on screen.
Yes, so I really like some of the visual effects too, especially kind of towards the beginning when you have her on a different planet of Hala. So that was really good. I always like going to different other worlds, not just being on Earth. So that was the kind of cool feature that was happening in the movie.
And seeing those other worlds definitely gives us that cosmic angle that we do love to see and adventure into, just partly because we don't know a whole lot about it when it comes to the Marvel Universe. The cosmic realms, essentially, when it came to what we got from Thor, when it came to what we got from Guardians of the Galaxy, like, we're getting a little sliver, a little look back into that universe that I'm really hoping we end up getting into that trajectory for that universe. But giving us just a taste of that again, I wish we had a little more of that running through it, but at the same time it went on to become a different kind of movie. You know, it was that action buddy cop movie, it was also Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it was I Am Number 4, it was Star Trek. You guys remember I Am Number 4?
Yeah,
but it had a taste of everything.
A good movie to compare this to, because that was a horrible movie.
But not in the sense of what I Am Number 4 was, where you're bringing a whole different world together when it comes to what we see normally with Marvel, and in this kind of world that they create here. It definitely feels like a separate thing, but at the same time it does link up and match in with things we have gotten out in the cosmic world of Marvel. So that is what I really love. I enjoyed that, but like you were saying, the things that kind of took you out of the movie also were hurt by certain scenes, in my opinion, when it comes down to the soundtrack and the score.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things where, for us personally, we are huge on the music, like the score of the movie, and it really takes you, it can make or break certain things that happen, and there are things that happen in this movie that, with the music itself, it just took me out of the movie, and I felt like I was in Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. Again, I was like, no, this doesn't fit, why are you putting it here? Like it was such a impactful moment too, and it was just like, why?
And they basically take the same mentality that Guardians of the Galaxy had with their movie and the songs, the soundtrack, but here it's like 90s, and they just throw it in here, and it is totally just completely jarring when they happen for me, and I had to get back into it. Now the cool thing is it took place in certain scenes that were actually really long, so it doesn't hurt the overall momentum of the scenes. It hurts the momentum in the moment, but we still finish strong when it comes to the end of those scenes. So for me, like, yes, it was a completely miss when it comes to the soundtrack just being shoehorned in there. Now at the same time, the score didn't really get a chance to breathe because there were so many songs that were kind of taking over. But when epic things did happen and the score was kicked in, I was totally for it. Like, I was in it.
Right, and I mean, even aside from that too, I felt like there was a lot of things that were kind of predictable as well as far as the storyline goes, and it didn't really feel as much as much oomph when you're like, oh, okay, so that did happen.
I loved all the actors in the movie. I thought that Jude Law did a damn good job. I really was behind his character throughout the entire movie and his connection with Captain Marvel. And then, of course, getting a little bit of insight to what is going on with the Skrulls. What is going on with Ronan and his ragtag group of Kree. Like, we get a little taste of that, and that's what I was saying. I would have loved more, but I'm glad we got to get some of that taste. And the actors all together fit that world. I enjoyed their contribution to the movie.
There were certain things though too with Ronan that I was kind of like, okay, I guess it felt like they just put Ronan in there.
It didn't
to kind
feel
of be
like
hey,
Ronan,
you know,
Ronan.
Remember, Ronan is a Kree too,
Yeah.
so we should put him in this movie just to be like, hey, Kree, Ronan. You know what I mean?
It's just a face character.
Right.
It's
And
nothing.
it's-
It's only surface value.
Right, there's definitely a surface value on it, and he was kind of just there, you know. But other than that, I mean, there was a certain I thought some of the stuff in the middle of the movie was kind of boring.
Sure.
Like, it was just very slow, and you're just like, okay, pick up the pace, and then at the end it starts to pick up and be good. I understand that there's certain things that you have to kind of pick up,
Right.
and you have to like get a momentum going, and I get that, which is fine. It's just I feel like they maybe could have picked up a little bit more.
I hung on it. I hung on the story beats. I didn't really feel at any point that I was like bored. The only things that stuck out to me were the music choices at certain points on the scene. But yeah, for me, I didn't have a problem with any really aspect of it when it comes to the beginning, the middle, and end. Hence the beginning being amazing right off the bat. If you saw it, you know.
Right off the bat.
If you didn't see it, you'll see. Very beginning, everything is golden. And then when it comes, of course, to the post-credit scene, there is a mid-post-credit scene and a final post-credit scene at the very end,
Right.
which I thought was just kind of silly. It reminded me of like the end of Thor 2 Dark World, where it's just like that thing jumping around. It's not really like that big of a deal. But the mid-credit scene is badass.
Really as much significance, but yeah, the mid-credit scene is kind of
what we've
where
been
you want
really
to be.
wanting. Yeah, what we've been wanting from this story. And it makes me excited for the future. We don't have to wait that long until we get Avengers. But yeah, I think Captain Marvel, I'm happy that she is a part of the group. I'm glad we're not going back to the 90s.
Yeah, I'm glad that she's part of the group too, and this is kind of where you need to start as well.
What is your score?
After talking and thinking about it, I think I'd give a solid 3.
A 3. Okay, so right.
3 out of 5. Yeah.
3 out of 5. So I did enjoy it more. Those like the parts that I really loved, like I give those really high scores.
Those are awesome.
The parts that I didn't like went like really knocked it down for me. And it was mostly those score choices and certain other elements to it. By the way, Ben Mendelsohn, amazing. So right there, I give a high score for that too.
He did so good. And Goose. Goose was a highlight of the movie.
Goose is fantastic. So I would end up knocking it down to a 4, a 3.8 or a 4. I feel like it's not. Those aspects knock it down to like 2 for me, maybe even 1.5 that I didn't like. So I'm still toying with the number right now. I'm gonna go 3.8. I have to. Like, it's not 3.5, it's not 4, 3.8. So thank you guys for watching our non-spoiler review for Captain Marvel. What did you guys think? Let us know down in the comments below. You can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Taking the party, fuel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Gets us where we need to go. Just went to Old Tucson Studios and a few other locations to film the filming locations for Tombstone. Check that out, available on our channel now, as well as a trailer reaction to Tombstone, the original trailer, available on our channel now. Links are down in the pinned comment below. So thank you guys so much, and as always,
Now it's time to say goodbye.
this party is over. Bye.